What's up guys, it's Howell here, and in today's video I'm going to teach you one technique approach to how you should approach the market every single time you're looking at the market or every single time you trade the market. This is actually going to help you become a much better trader, and it's going to help you get out of trades early instead of holding on and hoping and praying that things will turn around in every single trade that you do. Make sense? So that's what we're going to walk through in this video here itself. So let's actually talk about this here. Let's actually talk about something that's just real simple. Let's talk about peaks and troughs here for a minute and how we can incorporate this to what I'm talking about here. Okay, in an uptrend, what do we have? We have higher peaks and higher troughs. Simply means that the troughs are higher, right? And obviously the peaks are higher. That's what we have in an uptrend, right? So simply means who's in control here? Buyers, right? And in a downtrend, what do we have? We have lower peaks and lower troughs, where the peaks are lower and the troughs are lower as well. Makes sense? So now we have an uptrend and we have a downtrend, and this is buyers in control. Over here we have buyers in control. Buyers in control, and then this one here is obviously sellers in control. Make sense? So that's what we have there. Buyers and sellers are in control, right? So let's actually talk about what I'm talking about here. And what I'm talking about here to help you become a much better trader is being flexible. Being flexible in the market is going to help you get out of trades early and read the market for what it is and be flexible around what the market is telling you. I'll explain what I mean here. Let's take a downtrend for example here for a minute, okay? Because remember, before I do this, remember the market is always changing, right? The market is always going through its rhythm, and so it's important for us on a daily basis to be reading what the charts are telling us, right? So let's have a look at this here. Let's have a look how we actually can approach this here, okay? So we have, let's just say for example, we're looking at the downtrend, right? Market is in a downtrend here, right? We have a downtrend here. Alright, bit of downtrend through there, okay? Market's going down, downtrend, we have lower peaks, lower troughs. Who's in control? Sellers, right? Because the peaks are lower and the troughs are lower. But then what happens here? What happens if the market runs up through there? Is that a lower peak? We've got lower peak, lower peak, lower peak. What's this? This is high peak. High peak means who might be coming in, is higher peaks in buyers or sellers? Higher peaks in buyers, right? So that could be a warning that, hey, the buyers might be taking control here, okay? And then some of the market runs down through here, right? Or it runs down through here, and then it pops back up. What do we have now? We have buyers in control, right? And so this is where it's really important. And for a lot of my followers that follow me, especially the people that follow me a lot, listen to what I'm about to tell you, because this is an absolutely critical point of your success in trading. Right now when we're looking at this, right, we had through here, we had sellers in control, right? Sellers are in control here, and over here, who looks like that they're starting to take control, right? Buyers. B for buyers, right? So we have sellers in control through here, and now we have buyers, and now I'm expecting, by looking at the higher trough, right now as I speak, I'm looking at the higher peak and the higher trough. That's buyers. Higher peaks, higher troughs are buyers. I'm expecting this market to run up. Makes sense, right? So now we're looking at that. Look at this here. What happens if this happens here? So the markets run up through here, we still have a peak, and suddenly it runs down like that. What do we have now? We now have what? A lower peak. So what could that mean? We've now just had lower peak, lower peak, lower peak, higher peak. We've now had a higher trough, right? And now, as we speak, right, because this is actually what happens in the market, right? We're watching on a daily basis, or on a 60-minute or whatever. You're watching the chart flow, and you're watching this happening, all right? And so what's happening right now? So, 2 or 3 days ago, it made a higher trough. Beautiful. This looks like it's going to go up. I'm going to get in and I'm going to be bullish. Make sense? So I'm going to get in and I'm going to be bullish on this particular trade right here. As an example, right? As an example. So if I've got a bullish view, I need to be flexible in what the market is telling me. And if I'm now on a bullish view because the peaks and troughs are telling me that, hey, we have buyers in control now over here, and then suddenly 2 or 3 days later we now get a lower peak. Lower peak, who's in control now? If we get a lower peak, who's in control? Or who might be coming into control? Sellers, right? So let me get this here. I'm in now, I just say for example I entered right here, okay? I entered right there. I'm now in a bullish view. I'm now at the market to go up because of the peaks and troughs, and now I've just got a lower peak. What do you think I should do? Do you think I should hold on and hope and pray this is going to continue up? Or do you think I should look at the market and say, you know what, the market's just now formed a lower peak. Maybe I should back off out of this. Exactly, the second one, right? We should back off out of that because now the market's not congruent with what we're saying for what we want to see, right? If we're in a bullish view and it makes a lower peak, who's in control? Sellers, right? So now we just made a lower peak, and now there's two things that could be happening through here, okay? We have buyers in control, we have sellers in control, and then over here we have no one in control, where it makes a higher peak, a trough, a peak, trough, right? That's no one in control. What is this? This is sideways, but it's still forming peaks and troughs, right? It's still forming peaks and troughs. So when we're looking at the market, and we're looking at the peaks and troughs here, what we're looking for is this, is what that could mean is two things. One, that the sellers could be taking control, or two, it might be ready to go into a sideways phase. You see what I'm saying here? So either way, if I'm in a bullish view based on that there, and I'm getting in here and it forms a lower peak, then I should be getting out as soon as possible. This is what we do. We cut our losses short. Cut your losses short, right, and let your wins go. And how you do that is by looking at what we're talking about here, okay? We're looking at here and we're talking about this here, and we're flowing with the market. We're flowing with the actual overall market here, and we're listening to what the market is. And so what I'm saying here is that when we're trading, okay, when we're trading, it's so important to be flexible and read the market, because the market one day could be saying, you know what, we're now in a bullish view, all right? We're now in a bullish view, and things are changing now. Things look like they're going to go up, but then suddenly 2 or 3 days later, what could happen? It could now start getting to maybe a selling view, or maybe a sign of the market's now starting to likely come down, right? So in this example, okay, this is an example, and you can use this on any system. The whole point I'm trying to make here, the whole point I'm trying to say here is be flexible, okay? Be flexible with your trading, and don't have, you might be in a bullish view, but always have the mind, I'm always looking for a reason to get out early for a loss, right? And if there's any sign that it's now starting to not be in my favor, i.e. higher peaks and higher troughs, buyers in control, and now I made a lower peak, that's not buyers in control, so I need to get out as soon as possible. That's, again, that's going back to trade management, where we're cutting our losses short, and if it doesn't make, and in this case example here, if it doesn't make a lower peak, and it just simply runs up through, get this pen here, and it simply runs up through here, and simply creates higher troughs, well, away we go, we let the winds run, right? And we make some money here. Here we cut our loss short. Here we let it run, and so on and so forth, right? And so that's what happens when we're trading the markets. That's what happens when we're viewing the markets here. It's so important to be cutting our losses short, letting our wins run, and that's exactly how you do it. And how you do it, once again, is not be so straight on with that there. So anyway, I hope this really helps. This is about being flexible with the market. Even though you're in a bullish view or a bearish view, always be looking out for reasons that this market could be turning around, either against the trade, okay? Or against the view that you have in that market. And don't be so, because a lot of people, especially when I first started trading, I might be in a bullish view, right? I might be in a bullish view, and then suddenly what happens is I'm in a bullish view, and I'm I'm looking for reasons to stay in. I'm looking for reasons to stay in, and it might make a higher peak and a higher trough, and suddenly makes a lower peak, and what happens? I'm now looking for trend lines, support, resistance, and indicators, blah 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 blah. When the chart, which is king, the chart is telling me, hey, things are not turning around, things are not doing well here. So we should be getting out, we should be backing off. So anyway, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this. I hope you really enjoyed this session based on being flexible in the market. This is a key ingredient to helping you move forward in a big way, and I hope you really enjoyed that. If you really did enjoy this video, then make sure you click on the subscribe button. Make sure you click on the like button. Share this video out to your friends and family. I'd really appreciate that. Also, you guys, if you want to sign to our Facebook, Twitter, or hop onto our daily newsletter where we actually do this sort of stuff on a daily basis, then make sure you do that. Click on the subscribe button to YouTube as well too. That way you can get these videos as soon as I release them. And obviously, or if do all that sort of stuff, and obviously all the links in the description as well. So there you go, guys. I hope you really enjoyed it. This is John Howell here from officialjohnhowell.com. Remember, success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears. Woo! Today.